Isometric action RPGs are certainly an ever-popular genre, a genre that sort of has survived the ages. It never really has died out. And instead, it's kind of become the genre of choice that even provides the basis for a lot of other great games. MOBAs in particular have taken a few key components from these action RPGs and mixed those up in ways that are actually innovative and quite pleasing, and obviously very popular. Victor Vran is also an evolution of the isometric action RPG in ways that are both surprising and refreshing. It's not typical in any particular way of an action RPG, even though it might at first look like it when you preview it or take a look at a video or photos. But if you actually take the time to learn the intricacies of the controls and delve a little bit deeper into the game itself, then it becomes far more interactive experience than you might expect. In Victor Vran, the game, of course, not the person, you set out on a journey to find your lost friend, Adrian, who has been contracted to rid a city of monsters. And he, of course, wasn't the only one to be contracted because he was just one of many because of an issue with mythical creatures in this particular city. But he is now lost, along with all of those other individuals. And so Victor Vran is out there to go find him. But oddly enough, it's become a little bit worse than they thought. The city is becoming overrun by this evil horde of monsters. And so, with all the other mighty heroes that have failed, it's up to Victor Vran to save the day. At first, it does seem to play like any other isometric action RPG that you might have played in the past. You point and click to where you want your hero to go, you click on the enemies to attack them, and of course you have all those abilities and the magic that you can use with the hotkeys. But the similarities with games such as Diablo, Torchlight, Baldur's Gate, and the like, they sort of end there. I mean, the action and the combat is definitely hack and slash, but it kind of takes it to another level, and it makes it a lot more fun than you might expect. It might seem a little bit simplistic at first, but you'd be terribly wrong in making that assumption, because you really have to take the chance to enjoy it yourself and to experience it. Because quite frankly, it's quite addictive. You can roll and move quickly and jump over enemies, trying to, do everything that you can to avoid the treacherous and rapid attacks of all your enemies, which, quite frankly, there can be hundreds of those enemies attacking you at once on the screen, and they all want to kill you as quickly as possible. But if you play your cards right and you coordinate your movements correctly, which it is possible, you can avoid nearly all the damage with some very, very brilliant acrobatics. But of course, despite my own troubles with the controls, because I have some sort of, issue or whatever, but despite that, it's actually pretty easy to control once you get used to it. So you can end up killing a lot of enemies, rolling and jumping out of the way quickly to avoid all that trouble. It's quite fun. We like this game because of the innovative ways that it draws you into the action. Quite frankly, the control aspect is perhaps not new, but the way they integrate it here is a little bit better than it has been in the past. And it really does make for a fun experience. What we don't like is the story. The story is tried and true, it's been done so many times before, and quite frankly, the voice actor for Victor Vran, sort of sounds like Geralt. And so it goes along very similar storylines as well. Obviously, The Witcher, is based off of some Polish stories, old Polish stories. But nonetheless, it seems as if it's trying to capitalize on that, and I don't like that. This seems cheap to me. However, the game is incredibly fun. The way it's presented is incredible. The graphics are smooth and great. The story, despite being a little bit tried and true, a little bit used up, is still presented very well here. And so this game is actually a great game, and it is recommended if you like isometric action RPGs. And even if you don't, you might enjoy it, the way that it sort of lets you be a part of the action a little bit more than most. It's far more interactive, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a gruesome, fast-paced action RPG, Victor Vran is probably going to be for you, so give it a try. And don't forget this team does have that great return policy, so even if you don't like it, if you play for half an hour and you don't like it, you can always return it. But my recommendation? Play it. It's fun. It's full of action and adventure. There are a lot of great things to do in this game, and it's the action, the combat that makes it tremendously fun. Thank you for joining me when you take a look at some action. With Victor Vran, I'm Jeff, WCCF Tech Reviews.